Hi and welcome to BCU Radio. Today we have with us Lieutenant Colonel Vamshi Mohan. We are very pleased to tell you that he is one of our classmates. He is a serving army officer and now he is on a sabbatical and he is with us in BCU MCJ studying. So, a very warm welcome to you, sir, to the show.
Thank you, Kirti. Very pleased to be with you.
Oh, thank you. That's a pleasure, sir. Sir, after a very long time, you are back to an education institution, back to studying and with students and all that. So, what we would like to know from you is your experience as a student, right from your school days, sir. Let us start with your school days. Like, what kind of a student were you? Were you very studious or what, sir?
Uh, okay, now you are asking me to rewind,
Yes.
and for any army guy, pressing the rewind button is one of the most favorite aspects. You get to listen to a lot of stories.
Yes. Yes.
So I was from a very small mofsil called Tenali, of the famous Tenali Rama. In fact, we have our ancestral house is in the same street as his was.
Okay.
So I have been, even though Tenali was a small place, it is often referred to as the Paris of Andhra.
Oh.
So it is owing to the rich cultural and historical significance of the place. So you find a lot of performing artists in terms of music and dramatics performing in Tenali, because Tenali is a place of their you can call it as a test to their performance, because the type of audience you get in Tenali is quite good. So I dwelt a little bit over this, because most of my childhood has passed in looking and in enjoying to all of these performances. Especially, I have seen in a very young age, like when I was in my 6th or 7th standard, I used to, on an average, have a concert or watch a concert of Balamurali Krishna, Shobha Naidu dance, Nataraj Ramakrishna dance, and uh, our late mandolin Srinivas perform. So I was very fortunate, for that matter, to have had studied in a place of that stature. Again, it's a very small place, so my schooling had been mostly a convent education. I was with the St. John's catechist mission. So most of it happened till my 8th standard. I was in Tenali. So I was a very average student, because I never was keen on studies. My father was in a bank, so in spite of being in the bank, he had a hobby of serving as a homeopath. So he had his own charitable dispensary, in which he used to be very busy, and he had quite a name for himself, where about almost 5-6,000 people used to throng to him on a monthly basis. So apart from the bank, in those days banks were not so demanding in terms of your personal time is concerned. So in most of his vacant times, he used to indulge in this charitable activity. So he never really had much of focus on his children. So thankfully, we are 4 siblings. I have 3 sisters, so all of us, we were never under pressure to study, so we never studied.
Okay.
So after my 8th, 9th standard, we moved place. We went to a different place, and that's when it so happened that something struck us, and we lost my father. So the moment that happened, I was in my 10th standard, and it so happened that he passed away just about 3-4 days before my final exams,
Oh.
10th board exams. So I requested one of my uncles, who was well connected, administratively well connected, to change my center of examination from where I was studying to my hometown, where my father actually expired. So being the only son, I had to perform the daily rites. Normally there is a 13-day rites which is supposed to be carried out. So our exam used to be happening in the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So for about 15 days, we had no studies. My books were there in the previous station. I was just here doing the rites and going and writing the exam the following day. Our exams used to be, every subject used to be in 2 papers.
Okay.
So it's a very protracted sort of an examination, 50 marks each, 2 papers per subject. So exams itself took almost a month to get over because there were cancellations and postponements also of the exams. So at the end of the day, it just was a like a reverie.
Okay.
We never understood what happened, and at the end of the day, to my surprise, I ended up scoring the first mark in my whole taluk
Oh my God.
in my 10th examination.
Okay.
So that was some sort of a shock.
Okay.
ठीक है. After that, somebody said, since I did not have my father, so I had no people to guide me. Somebody said, okay, you got very good marks, you can take maths physics in your PU. So I applied for maths physics in my college. So mine was the first list in the selection process.
Okay.
So that's where I took my maths physics. And after that, as any Telugu guy does, I also wrote my engineering entrance test.
Okay.
I cleared and went to join a engineering college in Andhra University. And then after that, after engineering college, all of a sudden, again, change of environment. Something struck me someday and I wanted to join the army.
Okay.
The moment I joined the army, my student life surprisingly did not end there.
Okay.
After having joined the army, then I realized I should have done my PG. And army gives me an opportunity to appear for my PG. So again, I appeared from the IIT entrance test, cleared the entrance, cleared the interview, and then had the opportunity to pursue my PG in the IIT Madras.
Okay.
So IIT Madras was a horrifying experience in the first semester.
Okay.
For a student who never failed in his life, I flunked for my first test in IIT. I got 0.
Oh.
So that was something which was horrifying for me. And that way, student life has been very good. And now I am here again for my student life.
Okay.
As I told you, you never ask an army guy to rewind. So I never let you talk also. I kept talking.
No, sir, but I'm very glad I asked this, and I'm very glad I was able to know what all happened with you along with your student journey, because all of us try to, tell our parents that we are under a lot of pressure and all that. So when you revealed the fact that you actually had to write your exam under such situation and still score so well, I think this is something wonderful. So regarding this, something that I would like to ask you is, without studying, when you had to appear to the exam, you had to have a very good listening skill or memory in which you retain what has been told in the class. So is there something in your childhood, any activity or any kind of training that helped you with this, to listen and remember very well what the teacher has told you?
I think after having had 48 years of life, I just now go back and see, probably when I was very young, there is this thing called as a Upanayana Sanskara. So I had underwent that in a very young age, like when I was 10 years old. So after that, my father put me through a practice of learning Veda. So it was just like a child's play. There was no force, but I think that had probably a major role to play, because other than that, nothing else, and it is providence.
Okay. Okay, sir. And finally, I would like to ask you what you would like to tell your classmates here. Any message to them on how to utilize their student years in the best way?
I am not in a condition to give a message or something,
Okay.
but being an elder to all of you, the only thing I can advise all of these students is to have a aim, and aim a little high. Everyone knows their capabilities and ideas as to where they head. Aim a little high, try work hard to reach there. That's it.
So thank you very much, sir. It was a
It's
great
been a nice pleasure
contribution.
talking to you, Kirti. All the very best.
Thank you, sir. Keep watching BCU News and tune into BCU Radio for more updates. Thank you.